story na atong i-play karon na na dili lang ko ano, dili lang palitan. O part kay ang Wayhaven Chronicles Book 1. So, ang Wayhaven Chronicles, so basa na po different books. So, we will try to play again, as mentioned sa previous video, kay ganahan ko choose your own adventures. So, ano more interesting? So, let's do this. So, your first case as a detective is forcing you to open your eyes to a world bigger than you thought, okay? So maybe it's better to keep them closed. Knowing too much doesn't help anyone sleep at night. Seems the supernatural didn't get the memo that nothing exciting ever happens. Okay. So is a thrilling 440,000 word. Okay. Entirely text based without graphics. Alright. So okay. Play as a female, male, or non-binary. Okay. So bisexual tayo dito. Okay. So, ang pinakaganahan ako nga nay option na nay option na ingani. So let's see, discover the start of distinct and lasting romances with the vampires of Unit Bravo. So mo nagpina-toilet din siguro. Vampires man. Define and refine relationships with a variety of characters. Okay, how you'll fulfill the job of detective. Okay, so detective ta. Discover the truth of what awaits in Wayhaven in a playstyle that suits your personality. Indulge in truth. Okay, you can play the first 7 chapters for free. Okay, first 7 chapters. Okay, let's go click on play now for free. So moonlight slices through the beakers on top of the laboratory counter. Ethan Murphy enjoys the small space of his lab. When he has worked hard on making his own, he is grateful for the comforting quiet it brings and is, at that moment, even more thankful for the size of the large counters. They fully hide his crouched, shuddering body as he hunches behind them, biting his lip to stop his shuddering breath giving away his position. Nagtago ni. Toot toot, Dr. Murphy, nobody likes a coward. The taunt is followed by the smash of glass, shards of the broken beakers glancing across the linoleum floor. Dr. Murphy squeezes his eyes shut and grips his knees closer to his chest, his teeth biting down to his bottom lip hard enough to draw blood. The squeak of the intruder's shoes on linoleum stops. The air falls silent and heavy, pressing down like a weight on Murphy's shoulders. If you don't want me to find you, Dr. Murphy, you shouldn't make yourself so tempting. Hmm. The voice echoes from nowhere, a hungered growl. So, Murphy's eyes snap open as a warm drop of blood ripples from his lips and soaks into his trousers. He wipes the blood from his lips and chokes back a sob. That means gihunt ni siya. Old vampire. What do you think? If ikaw ang gihunt of vampire, no? I don't know. Mahadlok mo gigawa pa og kanang amigas kay kapturo wat nato sa baka ning vampire nga ano nimong dugo, di ba? But it's too late. A hand lurches from the dark and snatches at Murphy like claws around prey. Such an irresistible thing, don't you think? The man whispers, his face shadowed by the glint in his eyes unmistakable. When his tongue laps over the smear of blood on Murphy's hand, the doctor retches and tries to crawl back, yelling as the hand grips his tighter. The crack of bone perforates the... Ooh. Dear, dear, he tugs on Murphy's mangled hand, dragging him over the slick surface of the linoleum. I don't want to break you, doctor. Murphy is yanked up onto his feet. The intruder is the same height as he is, but appears 10 feet tall in the gloom. Shh! He places a firm finger on the doctor's lips to stop the trembling cries, then takes Murphy's hand in both of his, staring into his eyes with the intense, paralyzing gaze only a predator can achieve. Why don't you relax? The words reverberate like a haunting echo inside Murphy's head, bouncing from one side of his skull to the other until he sways with dizziness. A swathe, what is it? Saan ni pagbasa? Of calm seeps from his head down into his neck, following his spine and reaching right down to his toes until he stumbles back from the suddenness of his muscles relaxing. Murphy smiles at the intruder, takes a deep breath. Much better, the intruder whispers, before plunging his teeth into Murphy's throat. Sa throat, good. Damn! I- imagine na, huh? Imagine na. See? Meanwhile, the next morning in Wayhaven, the crime scene is a wriggling mass of spectators by the time I arrive. Okay, nanata sa point of view sa detective. Even this early in the morning, people line the small alleyway, packed so tightly I can't believe they're able to breathe, let alone fight for space to see the end of the street. Revving the engine of my battered silver hatchback. Mostly hatchback, but hatchback. Of course, immersive ni so mo na atong i-search no. Okay, silver hatchback. Silver hatchback. Okay. Oh, wala mi sakinan so okay na ko ani. Wingon siya. Battered silver hatchback. This is great for me. Kamo ba? What do you think? Okay na di ba? Choosy pa ba ko? Anyway, let's go back. Okay, does little to gain anyone's attention, and I realize I can't park unless they move. Not wanting to be late to my very first case as Wayhaven's newly appointed detective. Okay, I. So here are the choices. So didn't na. Beat my horn at them, park where I am, lean out of the window and order them to move, lean out of the window and ask them to move. Usually kung ako kana i-playthrough man ako as ako no. So ask kid ko pirmi. Mananghid or anay anak ko. So kung gamiton, lean out of the window and ask them to move. Alright. I roll down the window of my car and balance an elbow against the door so I can lean out as far as possible. Hey guys, can you move yourselves please? I'm the detective here for this crime scene. My words don't inspire the quick motion that I'd hope. Tinuod jud ko kanang like please sometimes kung mag-ask ano dili 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 tayo sila motuo or something. Mo gid na ang isa sa akong weakness, I think. But the buzzing crowd does reluctantly part. Okay. I drive further down the alleyway. Okay. Managing to park, I crank on the handbrake, trying to ignore the pain, the crunching sound that the car makes. Out of habit, I glanced into the rearview mirror, quickly checking my appearance. I brush a hand over my hair. Let's see. I have black hair, but let's choose different no. Moussey brown. Mo na ni ron. Moussey brown hair. Mo na. Ha, kana na lang. No, feeling so brown. Okay, kani. Alright. And then I brush a hand over my moussey brown hair. Figuring there is little else I can do to procrastinate, I finally force myself out of the car. Chill air bites at my skin as I step out. My coats, where the leaf, buds maybe cling to the few star trees lining the alleyway. It looks as though as most of the Ganas which is more likely true than not, considering the whole town consists of less than 1,000 people. Less than 1,000? Wait, ang barangay, taga Buaya mong kuno. So, Buaya population. Eh, sorry. It should be Barangay Buaya population, right? Okay. Lapu-Lapu. Wait, what? 19. So, imagine na 19,000 ang Buaya. Pero kani siya, less than 1,000 people ang Wayhaven. So, dinig kamay. Huh. Kabikish na. Anyway, as I step up to the blue and white striped barrier, I'm greeted by Officer Len, a part-time volunteer on the SCANT Wayhaven Police Force. I wonder for a moment, SCANT is like Gamayra sila gyud, Gamayra. I wonder for a moment if his hunched posture is from the grisly nature of the crime or just his advanced age. Okay, so Officer Len is tiguang na day ni. Looks up from his pad, and I can almost hear the creaking in his bones at the motion. I wait as he speaks to greet me. Okay. Finally, he says, of course, miss. Okay. Credentials, please, miss. Okay. And then alongside, I really going to do this then. You started working as a volunteer long after your turn, of course. Okay, sorry, but it's mayor's orders. Alright, so nasa lang mayor. I'm hesitant to open my coat after just managing to get warm, but I pull one aside, open to yank out my badge and ID. I hand it over, Len not even glancing at it before handing it back. Okay, all good detectives, step on through. I take back my ID, dip under the barrier, move away. I glance down at my new ID. Detective. It's the first time I've been addressed that way by one of my colleagues. Strange to hear. Belonged to all detective real for so long that I'm not sure if it fits me quite yet. After all, the only training I have had was the rushed speech I received from the mayor, addressing my many merits and how to show my willingness to take over. The total of my detective experience probably amounts to that hour he spent lecturing me. The promotion was rushed through in time for Real's retirement party, leaving me spinning on how to react to the whole thing. So mag-retire na siya. So let's see. I didn't even want the promotion. I mean, there was exciting promotion. I was so surprised with the promotion. I didn't really want it. Personally, kung ako, promote mo ko several times in my like in my career, different careers. So I usually don't want it, but I mean, if offered, and especially if dako ang pay, right? So kani ako ah. Alright, next. It wasn't exactly like I wanted the promotion, but I wasn't going to turn it down when it was offered. I know really the only reason I got it was because the captain needed someone in the station of the senior position, so he could go off and play golf with the mayor whenever he wants. But still, pay raise for me. True, diba? Pay raise. I smile and shake my head at the thought. My photo stares back at me from the ID pouch. I glance over my details. My name listed boldly at the top. None of these, oi. Right? I'm gonna put in Max. Max. Alright, next. Your name is Max, yes. Enter a surname. What surname? Langford, Kingston, Batra, Lynn, Green, none of these. Kanina lang eh. Green. Finally here then. Detective Green. So I glance up at the sound of the familiar voice, a smile already in my face. Officer Tina Poname. Is it Poname or Poname? Strides towards me, my old partner grinning at me as she nears. Not much of a surprise they're all gathered here, she says, gesturing to the crowd behind us.